was rereading. I usually reread before the session so I can keep it fresh, but I wasn't prepared for this
Well,
change. The studio gave me a new script.
this time I have to use your own memory. It's not been that long. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Go ahead. Tell me what
We can
happened
all
last
help
time.
if we
Well, it began with us getting used to our time in a new environment, essentially, as we were dropped off on, well, with supplies, but very much not much else, and a long trek to any type of civilization. Instead of trying to decide between taking our supplies and dragging Thexan and Archon, who was still unconscious, with us, we just decided to hunker down and wait it out, and hopefully by tomorrow they'll be awake to make this an easier journey. As we did that, sitting down, trying to make a bit of a campfire and get used to whatever tomorrow brings for us. Eventually, Thexan did wake up, a bit groggy, confused, and surprised, as, well, I believe Maru tried to explain what was going on as he was more likely panicking with the now new environment, the loss of his abilities to the Force, and, well, his function, really. As she tried to explain everything and reassure him, Tula using her powers to soothe him unbeknownst, as she, well, calmed him down and explained, well, his father, the memories, the experiments we went through, and everything else, and Dixon clinging to his ideals about his emperor, his dad. As eventually it was a bit of an explosion, a bit of a confrontation there, as he seemed very adamant that whatever he does is for the good of Zakuul, the good of all, and surely there must, even if some people suffer, it's best for the whole. Not really coming to a proper understanding with that, as he seems still to believe such things. And we didn't really push for that further. Eventually, we woke up the next day and made our way to a close to civilization, coming across a farm and some people who were able to talk with us in a common tongue, or as basic as they could, with Thexan asking questions and coming back to us to explain that, yeah, apparently there isn't much in the way of spaceport or civilization. The only type of outside contact they have is with traders who come every few months. And they've already come by, so it won't be another 6 months until we see them again, and maybe that's a chance to get out of this rock. But for now, we will have to use or provide on their, lay about on their kindness, as they will give us some shelter and work, and hopefully we'll be able to survive. As we spent a bit of a limbo and awkward phases. 6 months of that. Of course, Thexan able to convince his sister to help out, because she seemed not about that when poor Marcy asked. But what else could we do? Tula a bit distance from everyone else, and Valen seemingly coming to the conclusion that, yeah, she may have lost the ability of the Force, but she somehow has a calmer mind. Things are easier. The voices or the torment she went through was much less aggressive in the back of her mind, and maybe this might be a silver lining. As well as the fact she revealed to Valen, after speaking with Archon, who apparently was awake in the background, but just didn't want to talk, and seems to realize his brother was being an idiot, that Valen herself has been through something horrific, that her father put her through that her brother Thexan knew and visited her every day, and Archon didn't, of course, maybe couldn't deal with it, but he hated the whole thing. Regardless, the people that she cared about knew that she was being tormented, and nothing was done in the long run, and how she has to grapple with that, and what it means for her family as a whole. She still seems to care for them, but it's a hard thing. As well as talking about Marcy about her own brother, that maybe you shouldn't let him go, or at least regret possibly losing that relationship. Though Marcy brought up the fact that saying and doing are two different things, and there's still a bit of a sore spot in that regard. Regardless, times pass. We eventually got those traders, we'll say, here to the village, and we tried to talk with them, see if we get a chance to get off this rock. And it became very obvious that there was no way we could be able to do that, at least not without paying a high price. And the way they were talking, Dixon didn't like it, as he brought up, let's not push for now. So we had to let that possible opportunity slip us by, but maybe it's for the best in the whole. As the trade was done, we got some supplies, and the only other option afterwards that the villagers offered was a chance to find our own housing. Not a lot to go around, but something to make it our own while they're here, as they seem to be a bit of friendly folk. Valen went off to Marcy with an idea, of course, a way to fix the dynamic that was going on, as she brought up the idea of let's putting Texan along with Maru, who seems to have special feelings for him at the very least, and see if that can actually take fruit. And of course, the only way to do that is to talk to Tula. As well, Valen surprised Tula by coming up to her and apologizing for everything that they've been through. Her reactions, how they spent the last few years engaged with each other, and her own behavior. And Tula was surprised, even when Marcy did the same. But she told him there was nothing to apologize for. She understands well, she probably went through some things, and she had her own reactions. And honestly, we all did what we could to survive that place. But regardless, Valen asked for a favor, and almost immediately afterwards, and Tula just mostly asked in exchange for a chance that not Marcy, Mamoru could do some chores for her, and seems that was really it. If she's willing to take Arkin as a roommate, we'll say, and there's no point making a big deal of it. If this may lead to Maru's happiness, why not? As eventually the rooms were made, the houses were made. Maru showed up in Dexon's place with his surprise as she revealed, like, yes, we're going to stay together, actually. And she tried to be a bit forward with him, and Dexon stopped her, mostly saying, like, we can't, that I still plan to leave this place and going back to my father. And doing so, I don't think you're going to come with me, and I don't think you want to either. This relationship, well, there's a lot of obstacles here, we'll say, as Maru was probably hurt and a bit humiliated there, as Dexon went off to grab tools to separate their beds to make it easier to sleep. While that's going on, Tula and Arkin settled into their place, as Arkin revealed that more likely Valen pulled a bit of a prank here, as there's only one bed, and Tula offered, of course, an alternative days or weeks to make it easier for both. As she revealed, she assumed Arkin and her would be able to get along, or at least not talk to each other. Her feelings and relationship with, well, the brothers seem to be generally, I don't really hate you, but I don't really like you either. And honestly, I kind of thought we would never speak to each other outside of the cordial behaviors one has to do when living with someone else. As Arkin seems very much going forward with any conversation, much to Tula's surprise. And while that's going on, I believe Marcy and Valen are having a wonderful time, having to be able to relax and enjoy themselves and figure out what comes next. And I think that's where it ended last. A bit of awkward situations for some, and a bit of a nice, wonderful time for others.
And well, you'll have to get accustomed to your new accommodations. Some better, for some worse. Arkan will in fact not shut the fuck up. He will keep asking questions every now and then. Yeah, as spring will lead into summer. Not sure if anyone has anything they want to do, any conversations they want to have.
After some, Murray doesn't want to be too forward with it. She doesn't want to be too thirsty, but damn, she's in the.
So you can always go to your friends and ask for advice.
Yeah, listen, it's Valen and Mark CD better, so she'll ask them for advice, you know. And she will knock on the door.
Yeah. Pay them a visit. Yeah. Sit them down. Evening.
Hey, I just want to ask you on a. Well, what's step 1 the second? Because my plan it didn't. He's a stubborn bastard.
You thought this was gonna be easy? You throw yourself at him and he just kind of collapses. My older brother we're talking about.
Sure, he did. Listen, he did still blush, and he didn't say no to the idea. But well, he did say no. But I still want to spend as much time as possible with him, even if he wants to. Even if we do have to split later, if he tries to go back to Zakuul, if we get off this rock.
Again, Valen kind of gives you a look of like, no shit.
Just keep at it.
It almost seems like I'm trying too hard. So.
I think you had like 2 conversations with him. Need to push, just be there and... God, you're really bad at this. Ugh.
I never did this before. It's my first time.
Well, just as when you're trying to manipulate someone, you don't have to hitting them over the head with it. Sometimes being a bit more subtle is fine enough.
You'll just slowly nod. All right, then I'll.
Kind of shrugs, says, "Sorry, but I don't think there's an easy way for this."
It went better than I expected, I suppose, but not as. Sadly, the Jedi neither the Jedi or the Sith Temple were conducive to this kind of thing, and
Well, it's not like you have anything else better to do.
my best shot is she'll stand up and leave.
Valen looks at you, Mars, and like, this is see if she gives up, or she actually makes progress.
Miru does have an unfortunate tendency to she has an unfortunate tendency to view setbacks as failures of an entire operation.
I don't even think there was a setback.
But it doesn't have to be one. She just has to think there was one.
Well, hopefully we'll have a lot of time to spend.
Okay. See how long.
Yeah, you know, unless there's anything anyone wants to do or say. 2 months would go by as summer sort of kick in full force. Take that I'll take that silence as a confirmation.
The deafening silence.
Listen, we'll try to be nice, but she'll try to be as subtle as she can.
You know what? Let's see how that will. Give me a speech roll. One will be basic, but
Yeah, Miro and the.
let's see how subtlety works for you.
Yeah, it's the subtlety of a brick.
It's only a basic, I believe.
You have an adrenaline.
I do have an adrenaline. I do have an adrenaline.
Roll 4 dice instead of 3. That literally doubles the chance of success.
No safety adrenaline. I believe him. See, there you go.
Listen, you're able to not make it too awkward. Yeah, listen, bits and pieces here and there, a conversation here, a word there. You managed to sort of make cohabitation with him for these 5 months flow more naturally and less awkwardly, less rigidly, as best as you can. Well, in the morning, there's a bit of a ruckus going outside of the village.
Well, let's go. Oh, let's go check it out. What's all that?
Yeah, some of the villagers sort of point out as you can see in the distance, sort of from high above, there's this looks like a sort of spaceship flying. As you glance and you realize it's not flying, it's crashing. As it will sort of land in the distance, probably 10, 15, 20 miles away.
Well, we have to check that out, right?
Yeah, that might. Fuck, people might need help.
So, yeah, listen, the villagers are, they'll point out that they are quite ill prepared for this. If you wish to go, they won't stop you. They are very wary of sort of foreigners, but will kind of give you one of the sort of pack animals, like a small carriage, in case there's anyone that needs to be like carried backwards. They'll also provide you like a first aid kit.
Oh, I'll definitely thank them for that.
Yeah, he'll set off to see. It looked like a small ship, nothing too big, but definitely capable of space flight. As it will take you about like 6 hours to get there roughly. It's flat terrain, so it's not that hard to find your way around. As Arkan just kind of shrugs and says, and what do you think we'll find there? Lost merchant?
My guess would be either lost merchant or a smuggler who ran into some kind of either Republic or Imperial patrol. Or some merchant in that case, a pirate patrol.
Hopefully,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, so hopefully we learn more when we get there. See exactly what's going on.
Exxon will say, a bit of luck, might be able to fix the ship and leave.
Or at least they have a communicator. They can contact the outside and call them for anyone else.
In a second, I do go.
Can't believe my DM is doing drugs live during the game.
He needs his fucking heroin. Fucking. You see, the dog brought him a leash. That's clearly the fucking leash for like the fucking. I'm gonna stop now.
A bit of a headache. Let's see, as you travel, you can sort of keep an eye in the direction of the crash site, and eventually you reach this small sort of ship as the wreckage, there's like some smoke coming out of it. As you'll see like a man kind of like looking over it. When he turns to all of you and waves.
Hey there, saw you coming down. Got a got a med kit. We got some medical supplies in this village, not too far that way.
Anyone in trouble there, or
No, it's just me. Thank you for arriving so quickly. I was worried there was no civilization anywhere nearby.
How'd you crash in the first place?
Engine failure.
now maybe look over this guy, look over the ship. Does it look like engine failure?
I mean, you're not kind of hard from this.
Ah, okay.
The
Okay,
ship
there's
it
no,
looks fucked.
okay, so there's no, but there's
But,
no obvious fucking like gun, fucking like a fucking blast
You
or fucking
wouldn't.
like.
You can't tell that. You need to actually inspect this. This is a ship that
Okay.
fucking crash landed. How intact do you think it is?
Fair enough.
At the very least, it'll take us a couple hours to get back to the village. If there's no one else but you, we can just look you over and start the trek that way.
Greatly appreciate that, but I am mostly fine. Although food and shelter in this foreign land would do me some good. Let me just he like sort of grabs a small backpack. He looks mostly fine, but you can see there's some quite nasty scars on his face.
Yeah. At the very least, we'll give him something to help clean him up if he doesn't want to take medical help for a second here.
Gonna sort of drink some water. Yeah, again, he seems quite fine. I'll say. It was mostly the landing that was a bit rough, and this isn't the best ship either.
Oh, what brought you here out to these parts before your crash, sadly?
Kind of chuckles. Well, I was en route, trading some goods. Oh, you know what?
Boss.
Yeah, I was gonna say Voss. Voss is nearby.
Boss is right next to his. Luke is not far away.
I was on my way to Voss. Some trade goods, but those oh, you know what? I won't complain. It's good that people here as well.
Well, at the very least, it'll be a walk, but if you ever need to take a rest, just let one of us know.
He'll smile and nod. Mighty kind of you. Yeah, I mean, you do have room in the cart for him. That's the whole point. You brought it along, so. Like,
Keep an eye on him,
hops
at the
in.
very least.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's any conversations you have with the man.
Yeah, listen, Mossy will let him know that. Mossy will let him know about how long it's going to be before the next round of, traders come around. So it is probably going to be a bit that he's here if he can't get the ship fixed.
Kind of nod as you. Well, I suppose it's better than never. Maybe your villagers will have some basic tools. I think I know a thing or two about fixing engines.
We'll see how much they have for starships. Sadly, not the most advanced world, as you can see, by lack of infrastructure.
Was quite damaged during the crash. Well, so these traders, were they the friendly sort, or the more common variety in the outer rim?
We personally had a bad read on them, but elder of the village says that they've been doing business for a while.
I'll say they were certainly well armed.
Well, everyone is out here. It's nothing really surprising.
Anyone might be missing you at the very least. You may come and take a look out for you.
No, unfortunately, no family. And, well, my business partners, well, they may be a bit concerned, mostly because of their bottom line and less about my safety.
Mm. Any other news outside in the wide world of the galaxy?
No, it's really funny that for every fucking Joe Schmo bartender, fucking bodyguard bouncer, Mr. Janitor son, fucking immediately give me your name, family, and generation. For this suspicious looking fucking individual, nobody's like, yes, that's fine.
Let's mirror that voice. Like, this guy, this guy might be a smuggler of some
this
kind.
is mostly directed at Red. Fuck you, Red.
You!
Okay, Mr. Bartender, what's your first name and last name? Do you have children?
I'm asking if there's anyone coming for him. Jeez. I'm trying to get to know this guy like you asked, and
I'll
it's still
kill
wrong.
you. It is.
I don't if there's any news on the galaxy. If he knows any gossip, if he does, it's fine.
But yeah, no, he'll say, well, I suppose, how long have you been stranded here?
Almost, I think, a year or so.
Well, I suppose the Empire and the Republic are at each other's throats. Sort of Cold War. Well, it doesn't seem to be getting any better. I do a lot of business in the Empire and some of the neutral territories, but I don't think recent change prices on Nar Shaddaa is gonna interest you, so. Unless it does. Not sure. How did you all get stranded up here?
One last goodbye for our friends dropped us off here. Didn't realize how bad and remote it was until we started making a walk.
Sort of a nod. Okay. Well. Would you intend to leave this
That's the hope, anyway. Haven't had much success in that way. Outside, of course, the friendly traders we've met, and you've been the only outside visitors we've seen so far.
Oh, what about these traders? Talk with them.
Yep, and they have a steep asking price, at least for us.
I'm gonna say, well, maybe it'll be cheaper to negotiate for some spare parts with them.
Might have better luck that way.
I have a bunch of credits. Might be able to how steep are we talking about?
Well, the asking price last time was 5,000 each, just to get to a nearby city. Just to get to a nearby city, mind you.
Yeah, that sounds like typical merchants. I feel like I could probably negotiate with them a bit.
They seem friendly enough as a whole. Like I said, critics are probably the language they understand best. You might more likely have better luck.
Oh, don't worry, I'm used to their sorts.
You know what? Fuck it. So what's your name, actually?
Red taking
Miller.
brave step.
I'm on the Swordor wiki right now. I'm on the Swordor. Either it's a made up name or I'm the fucking Swordor wiki right now.
He'll say, friends call me V.
V. Is that what he looks like, Ron?
Yeah.
Well, lovely to meet you, V.
Does he have the Yakuza protagonist fucking combat aura?
No, unfortunately no. But he does seemingly have, like I said, some fucked up scars on his face.
Well, lovely to meet you, V. My name's Tula.
Shake your hand.
Yeah. Marcy will introduce herself next then. Marcy.
A pleasure to meet all of you. Presumably Ymir will introduce herself as well.
Yeah.
You travel back to the village. The elder is clearly looking a bit sort of just kind of hesitant as you see you approach with the man. The man will introduce himself to the elder and speak with him a bit, explain the situation to them. Just kind of like you expected. There's nothing really these villagers can do to help him with the repairs. Most likely you'll have to wait a few more months until sort of autumn hits and the traders stop by again.
No problem.
As he'll say, well, I suppose weather is pleasant, so probably pitch a tent, bunk here for a bit.
You don't want to use our old dormitories in the barn.
Suppose offer me that, but I guess I could ask.
Listen, we can talk. We could talk to them for you. Listen, they're they don't usually get a lot of visitors, especially not visitors that need to stay.
He'll nod. I appreciate your assistance. Yeah, I mean you can talk, and because the elder's gonna just wanted to basically ask you like, what's your opinion of this guy? Because unlike you, who seem more like normal, he does spook these people a bit. His sort of demeanor and markings on his face.
Listen, Mirrors conclude this guy's probably some kind of smuggler or something. He doesn't seem that bad, honestly. Or other a merchant, but the line between those two is very thin. Blurry.
Hey, listen. You wanna roll detect him, Fred? Why are you afraid?
Okay, good. Yeah, I'll roll detect.
The chat concludes. The chat does not roll insight.
Uh,
I have no need for insight. I have no need for a DM to tell me.
Listen,
mm,
clearly thinks he's not telling you.
yeah.
I've already concluded that.
We already
That's pretty obvious.
Seems very deliberate on his part.
Yeah, she more like she just keep an eye on him as long as he doesn't hurt the villagers or anything like that.
Set up his accommodations in the barn as well. Then if you wanna kind of talk alone about this guy, you can.
Yeah. I'm not sure else who's with her in this. I'm sure probably
I
look for
think he's
others.
there again.
Arkin's just gonna try. He doesn't give a fuck. He's going back to like Max. Vexen
He's like on
and
vacation.
Vexen and Valen are a bit more like cautious.
So how much do you think we can trust this guy?
Trust him as much as any smuggler, potentially.
Yeah, I assume he's doing stuff. I'm gonna make the bold assumption. I assume he was went down while doing stuff he wasn't supposed to and doesn't want to talk about it. But he's here now, stuck with the rest of us.
I trust his intention at least to definitely attempt to get off this rock.
Well, presents an opportunity. Chance to at least make it to the next hop over to wherever else we can go with a bit more civilization. You don't think he'll bring trouble, do you?
I mean, it's always a possibility.
So just waiting, helping, and hopefully this works out. Did we get a chance to see his ship at all outside of just a couple glances? Did it look anything? Did it look at all like anything familiar, or just a simple clunky ship?
I'm not gonna research the exact fucking Star Wars
Generic
song.
freighter,
But
unaffiliated.
Yeah, it is just kind of like you can give me a no roll if you want.
Yeah, if it's just something generic, that's fine. That's
Basically, it doesn't have imperial markings or not.
No. Definitely like it has no markings on it. Definitely something you could use that's small, maybe for smuggling, sort of bypassing certain blockades. Big enough to have its own sort of hyperdrive generator, but would not really hold more than like 1 or 2 people and like some cargo.
Gotcha.
Definitely looks like a smuggler ship.
Conclusions have been proven right. I love concluding.
My preconceptions are always preconceived. Swansea will say, listen, he's going to be here for presumably at least until the next harvest comes in, when the other people, when those traders come back around. So we'll have time to get to know him.
Good idea.
This is a good idea. How as like everything kind of settles in, he is clearly not sort of accustomed to farming, so he's more than willing to help out people, earn his keep a bit.
You can help carry the boxes and like fertilizer and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone has any ways they want to approach him.
I think Tulu would just be overall friendly, basically trying to keep presence to make sure he knows that she's a nice person he can talk to, what she normally would do in this situation. Need to get this guy, keep him on a good side, basically.
Is there any particular conversations you would like to have with him?
No, nothing in
Over.
particular. Mostly just small talk, probably.
He seems very friendly in return, so.
Mossy will help him get the hang of things around here. And also, if he wants to get the hang of the, if he wants something to occupy his time, learning how to maintain the fucking archaic shit they have here.
Yeah. As oh, about sort of roughly like a month passes by, as you'll see, you get sort of awakened as there's like a general fucking alarm that's kind of being raised throughout the village. It's quite morning. The sun has barely risen. As you can hear that like some sort of commotion is going on. As you exit your homes, you see in the distance there's well, this one is a bit more obvious. Can give me a no roll.
Dad, the Civ Warriors here to beat your ass, Tula.
No.
Fucking no.
As yeah, you holy shit. You both, Marcy and Mir, you definitely recognize the sort of empire design, as this is a sort of God, I forgot Star Wars. I think this
A
would
frigate?
be
This
no.
frigate?
This is smaller Mac. Jesus, they're not fucking the frigate fucking landing from the moon. You'll see, like it's a bit bigger than a fighter. It's just kind of like a small corvette. As it's probably gonna land near the village in like a minute or two. You have about that much time to do anything if you want to do.
Yeah, Marcy is going to indicate that. Yeah, Marcy is going to try to get people to go back into their homes because, listen, we don't want everyone out here. She will stress that these people are not good people who are landing.
Yeah, that's why you'll trust enough as the villagers kind of go hide in their homes, as the elder's gonna stick around though, as V will also come out. I see we're having some imperial visitors.
Take it, these are your pursuers?
Really, no?
Well, that's not good. They have to be here for something. I'm not too sure it's going to be for a nice hello and a pip stop.
As yeah, You'll as they'll sort of land ship as you approach, and like as the landing pad open, you see just a bunch of fucking Sith kind of stroll down. It's like 6 of them, kind of wearing their usual battle gear. As one of them is kind of like leading this. Any of you taking lead on this? Like, what's the approach here?
Yeah, listen, Marcy feels comfortable taking the lead on this, so she'll just ask. So Marcy's going to ask. I ask, what brings you here?
The man sort of stops, looks at you. No. We're looking for someone. You don't happen to know any people who crash landed here recently? Say in the last year or so.
Marcy's gonna say, yeah, Marcy will say, yeah, guy crashed. Surprised didn't see the ship coming down, but he didn't stick around too long.
Give me that speech roll.
Yes. No.
Fuck.
Yeah. Look at you. And a guy crashed recently.
Like I said, must be blind if you missed the ship coming down.
Kind of like looks around, nods, and says, very well. As they'll sort of turn around and start heading back.
As Mirror will wait a bit until they're fully gone, like the parties for now.
As
I have a question. Grunt. Do I get the feeling that they're just gonna go on their ship and fucking like stop blasting with their fucking ship?
yeah, detect roll.
Let's see with focus. Low success. Let's do a reroll. Nope.
Not really. No, like you don't think. Clearly didn't like. It's like okay, this is kind of you're lying to me, but I don't really care that much. Don't. He's not probably gonna. The ship. The ship also is not like heavily armed, so looks more like a transport vessel.
All right.
Yeah, and they'll head back onto the ship as ship is gonna take off. The elder's like, not gonna be more problems for us?
Might be, which is why Okay, I'm gonna talk to the newest arrival because
V is standing a bit behind you. Like this is his entire scene. He was a bit in the back.
like she's deliberately saying that deliberately.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll
As
nod.
yeah, Marcy's gonna say, "Okay, V, now listen. I know the Empire. I ain't exactly I ain't fans of the Empire. So what should you do to take them off?"
I did a lot of things. Like I said, not here for me.
Like, kind of surprised. Actually, no, kind of surprised that.
Can either be honest with one another, or we can keep the charade up. I don't think I'm the only person who crash landed here, sort of. Although I wouldn't say you crash landed, more like being dropped off.
I'm on the run from an Empire, but not this one. So
Things change. There's plenty of Sith looking for people who look quite similarly to how you do.
Fuck.
You know, we were missing from the academy, so I suppose.
still looking after 5 years. Mira, I think after 5 years, I think they'd give up that search.
You know, there's never doubt Sith pettiness. I'm not talking about the academy. There was that guy with the archaeology station. I know he's really petty.
I would hope you would have better things to do after.
I don't think she'd be able to track the ship we're on.
That's true. There's also
unless random Sith is omniscient.
No, but
Those
they
also the
will come back with reinforcements. Right now, they thought they couldn't take all of you. They aren't. While they look like regular Sith, they're not that regular.
All right then. As Mossy is pretty much going to say, well, when they come back, I guess we're going to have to handle it. We're going to have to handle it away from the village. I'm not going to do that fight here.
He nods. Lure them into the forest. They're most likely unaware of local terrain. Is that against them?
Yeah, and Mossy's actually going to like turn to the elder, and she's going to say, "All right, gonna listen. I'm sorry for bringing this here to you. To be honest, didn't think the people we were running from were gonna ever come looking for us. Not this far, but
He'll nod and say, but all right. Not sure. We could take everyone and move. Relocate.
Mossy's actually gonna say, "Can't be honest. Unless she'll look to the others. Unless anyone else has a better plan, the ambush in the forest plan sounds pretty good. And so if they come back, listen, you tell them you didn't know. You tell them that you can tell them that we left. You cooperate with them. These people aren't Jedi. They're not going to be nice if you don't cooperate with them. If you don't give them what they want, it's going to get bad."
He'll nod and say, speak to the others. Let them know. Thank you. walk away as V will speak up. I also must say that 3 out of 6 Force users well, have a much harder time. 6 out of 6.
And she'll look at this. She's gonna Mirror's like stunned, like you like a, you know, the Sith. Are you like a shadow?
Although I know of you.
Are you? Did you leave the order? Or are you like someone who escaped from Korriban and to kind of hang around the other room?
Closer to the second one.
Are you familiar with the Force at all, or
Yes.
when you escape young, or when you were older?
I'm quite familiar with the Force, and since we do lack some time, I don't have that much to explain to you right now, but he looks at Valen and Thexan and Arkan. You three need to rekindle your power. Otherwise, well, I don't think we'll be able to deal with all of them.
And you know how that's possible?
He nods. As Thexan fucking looks hopeful. You've never seen Thexan so fucking hopeful. Valen's a bit more hesitant. Arkan seems to be sort of lukewarm. I think all of you have quite a lot of room to improvement.
Didn't think we get a wandering master to come along.
I was gonna say the Force works in mysterious ways, but I don't think that's the phrase.
I think that might actually be the phrase.
That is the phrase.
I don't think anyone says in the movie. I don't think anyone ever says in the movies, but I think in the expanded universe they do just use the Force as a substitute for fate.
Yeah, you're right. It's actually said in the prequels too, I believe. With what's his name?
Well, I don't know. I don't watch the. Listen, I don't remember anything about the prequels.
Mind wiped.
That's a good point.
Liam Neeson's
Let me double check. Yeah, no,
listen,
it's you.
The Phantom Menace is pretty great after I fell asleep.
Nah, listen, that like one saber fight though. But yeah, no, he'll say this. Apparently, it is a thing. I was like, that's too corny. Then I forgot who George Lucas is. It's like, the Force works in mysterious ways.
I think the Force can fuck itself sometimes.
Yeah, it sure fucking does.
He'll kind of chuckle a bit at that. Luckily for you, there will be we'll have a few months till they come back. Well, not those ones. The ones that are gonna send after them.
You understand? Can they organize an ambush?
Well, if you send out multiple patrols and several don't report back, you have to check all of those disappearances.
True enough.
Well, not true enough, Miru, because these guys, what do you mean disappear? You just saw them fly away.
Yeah, I was gonna say that that's a little weird.
Yeah, Mossy, yeah. Like Mossy will actually ask. Yeah, she'll ask. So who do you work with? Because that doesn't sound like a one-man job.
It's not. I did tell you I have a few contacts with the Shadows.
But are you working with the Republic proper, or are you just your friends?
Friends is maybe a too strong term, but
Acquaintances?
yes. Allies. And no, I don't work with the Republic proper either. A neutral party of sorts.
Why are you helping us? You said yourself they're not looking for you. You can surely find a way to keep yourself alive at the very least.
Fulfilling at very least 2 needs.
Moss is gonna, yeah, Mossy will say. Moss is gonna say, listen, as long as no one's expecting me to go back to fucking Typhon, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'll take the help I can get.
as meditating as the agriculture was, I have no intention of joining the Jet Agricultural Corps.
It's your decision to make. Not here to force you into anything. Merely offer you a different path. Do you have anything to say to but Archon just kind of nods and excellent. So I thought there was no way to get it back. He will nod and say, I don't think it will be easy, but it is possible. Just because you don't feel the Force anymore doesn't mean that the Force has left you. Although I would recommend we train away from the... Don't want to agitate them more. They need... And lifting of heavy objects will be involved.
Sound advice.
Listen, as there, as like, as it sounds like Thexan kind of starts like taking the conversation in his hands. Mossy is gonna like kind of like step back a bit and go up to the veil and like pull her away a little bit. As yeah, Mossy's gonna ask. Like, Mossy actually just she's not gonna, she's just gonna say it. Yes, and you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, Valen.
She like smiles and says, "It's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna let you fight this alone."
No. Mossy will nod and listen, I'll be here for you every step of the way.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah, Mossy will just give her a quick hug as yeah, I don't she'll kind of like go back into the like conversation.
As these make some kind of grabs a couple of supplies as to inform the elder of this, and they'll be fine as you'll sort of walk about like half an hour to an hour away from town, closer to the forest, as you'll start setting up a bit of a camp. As gonna say, well, I think the meditation right now is gonna prove some good to everyone.
One thing out of curiosity, though, did you actually crash, or was that part of the plan?
Part of the plan.
Huh.
Although it was a rather crappy ship.
Well, if you plan to crash it, I suppose you wouldn't buy a luxury freighter from Coruscant.
He sort of grimaces but won't reply.
That's kind of weird, actually. She will not say
Just
anything.
Give me a detect roll. Give me a
Yeah,
detect
she'll
roll.
give. It's kind of weird. Why do you grimace at that comment? That's kind of. Okay, normal reroll.
Listen, you get the intent that there's a bit more behind it. Like he didn't intend to crash it like this. Maybe it's kind of like I don't want to talk about it, man.
I see. I will not ask him. I will not ask him. This man is helping us, and I don't want to bother him too much.
As yeah, I'll sit down and meditate for a bit. Gonna sort of guide you a bit through it, which is a bit different than what other people do. As he'll eventually sit down with you, close his eyes as well, and as you all sort of feel the force around you. Are you all just gonna meditate? Try to calm yourself, find some peace and balance.
Yeah, she's trying to cool her excitement. She doesn't want her feelings to get the upper hand of finally getting off this rock. You've been the cool head in this operation. I feel. She feels like.
Yeah, Marcy will. Marcy will actually. First time in a long time, actually properly meditate, I guess.
I think Tula is going to have a harder time. She's probably going to keep her eye out for this guy at the very least, but I'm not sure how. I'm not sure if she can even hide that or not. Though, well, she'll try.
I'll say, everyone, you can put one adrenaline, and by everyone I mean Miru and Marcy. As Tula, he's gonna get up and say, "Oh me."
Your ass.
She grimaces and goes to follow follow V.
Gonna take you a bit away from the other ones, but out of earshot. Say, suspicious, but is there anything I can help those suspicions?
Notice that very quickly, then, at the very least. Who sent you here?
Does it matter?
Yes.
A common acquaintance.
And what happens after this, after the training, after we presumably deal with the situation?
Well, I suppose that's up to you.
Okay.
What are you afraid of?
Like you said, I'm a suspicious person by nature. It's a little harder to relax. But
Good quality to have, as long as it doesn't impede your movement and reaction time.
it shouldn't. Though I'll be honest with you, when it comes to a fight, I'm not the best. But hopefully, I won't be a hindrance.
Is the point of training to become better? Plus,
You're
there are many more dimensions to a fight than just swinging your sword around.
fair enough. And you're not part of any group, or at least you haven't said what group you're part of.
I am not part of the Jedi. I'm not part of the Sith either. But I do have knowledge of both. Must know. I am acquainted with those, like I said, mutual acquaintance who has been roaming around the galaxy for the last year and a half.
I figured. Did he finally remember that we were stuck on this rock, or was it just a opportunity presented itself type of situation?
Kind of like smiles, but I don't think he ever forgot. It's just that it took him some time to find me.
I think Tula stops for a second. Why? No. No, I think it's best I don't ask too many questions right now.
Why? Ask as many questions as you want. If that will make you less suspicious, I am more than willing to try to answer them.
Who are you? Who are you really?
Suppose there's a question. You have to promise not to speak out.
We look at my cool. Yes.
My name is Revan. You have heard of me?
Grunt. Okay. Okay. I have many number of questions, but they won't help us now, at the very
Your
least.
friends are meditating and you are troubled, so I think I can spare a few.
I think you plunged me headfirst into more than just what I was expecting. How did she even find you?
Well, that's a long story. I don't think we have time for that. Let's just say that is working with some very interesting people.
Mm.
He only managed to free me from my torment 2 months ago.
I see.
Helped me recover a bit and asked me to come here and help all of you.
So he's told you everything then?
No. He only told me what he thinks I need to know to accomplish this task.
Okay. And what do you... Well, that's not my business. Sorry. Very well.
Go ahead. I feel like I shouldn't have to keep reiterating. You can ask me questions.
It's not that. It's more of a... What you decide for yourself is your business. I shouldn't let my curiosity get the best of me. I don't know what you plan to do after you... Well, what your
Curiosity
plans for
is
yourself.
not a flaw.
So, after you finish your debt and all that, what is your plan?
I will find a way to take down the Sith Emperor. They failed to do 3 centuries ago.
I see. I presume you plan to tell the others your true identity, or you want to keep that secret as well?
How do you think your friends will react? Well, I suppose Miru is gonna be ambivalent. But the Emperor's children, your friend Marcy, I don't think they'll take my associations quite kindly.
Probably not. Okay. Okay. Thank you for telling me.
Of course. You know, I don't know what exactly happened, but there seems to be a lot of history here. And
You wouldn't be wrong.
unlike what the Jedi tell you, such bonds can be used to strengthen yourself. Unlike what some Sith do, where they try to cut off their weaknesses. Well, in reality, they're cutting off their strengths. Don't give up on people just because they falter. A lot of us can be redeemed. I should know.
I'll take your advice. But we all carry our burdens, and we all falter.
You'll not. Hopefully, we can all grow stronger and learn from our mistakes.
Oh, I think I'm ready to start meditating now.
Yeah. See, she comes back with a V a couple of minutes later as she'll sit back down. And that's gonna help Tula clear her mind a bit.
Yeah, I think knowing that this is knowing more about what he's here for and that this is a job and something like that is what helped settle her. So yeah.
Gain that adrenaline as well.
Hmm.
As you'll begin a new regiment of training. As well, you will basically have you. It's a weird training regimen, that's for sure. Combining both physical exercise, mental training, using your force powers, lightsaber combat, all of the sort of disciplines, and there is you can see certain aspects between like Jedi teaching and sort of with a bit more of emphasis on aggression and decisiveness. It's not as passive as the Jedi would approach situations. I'm not sure if over the course of these next few months any of you would have questions more about him.
Honestly, she would if she doesn't. She wants to bring up privately when like he grimaced about the ship mention.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can find a private moment with him and talk about that if you want.
I've noticed a bit of a grimace when I asked you about whether the ship crash was a plan or not.
Let's just say that the landing was planned. It's just that I didn't expect it to go so poorly on my end.
Poorly? Yeah. Just when I mentioned also Coruscant, but
What?
I'm sorry. Yeah. I wasn't sure at what he grimaced at when I made that fucking remark about the ship.
He grimaced at the fact that you're like, yeah, it's you kind of landed. Fucking, is this a forced landing or is this a part of a plan? The whole
I just say that it's kind of I see.
It's like I wanted to kind of crash land and make it look like I crash landed here, but like, damn, it did really just fucking blow on me.
I actually did lie. I actually did it. I actually fucked it. In that case,
He's a bit embarrassed, to say the least.
I see. In that case, Murray will slightly chuckle. Don't worry, I'll keep that secret in case that I'll tell you as it was all part of your brilliant plan.
Yeah.
The only other question would be like basically backstory because she assumes this guy's an escaped Sith basically from the academy.
He's gonna be very clearly very cagey with his background. Like he
fair enough.
Clearly has knowledge of both the Jedi and Sith. Clearly understands the Force and is a competent Force wielder in his own rights. He has a fucking lightsaber. But like the way he sort of teaches, this is no fucking Jedi.
She'll actually, Miro actually share a bit of her backstory with like the whole kidnapping and whatnot, and ask him like what he had the same experience.
Again,
Right.
you can fish for the backstory. He's just not gonna tell you. He's gonna say that.
Okay, I guess yeah.
No, not really. But
Mhm.
I'll say this: if you keep pressing on that mirror, you get the chance, get the idea that he's not like escaped Sith. More that he may be a Jedi that kind of fell to the dark side and then just kind of went rogue.
Ah, I see. In that case, she will stop kind of pushing. She will look at his eyes; they're not yellow, so I assume he's not evil anymore. So, yeah, in that case, she will realize that this might be a sore spot for him, and she will apologize for the pushing at some point.
He will point to his scars and sort of mention that there are remnants of Sith rituals being performed on him. Not the pleasant ones either.
Yeah. There you go. I see. I'll stop pestering you then. Yes, yeah. That's the only thing for Miro. So.
If Marcy would have any curiosities of her own.
Marcy would, like, she doesn't really, I'm gonna be honest, she's not really gonna ask about like his backstory at all. Like, listen, you don't ask about mine, I don't ask about yours. That seems fair.
Yeah.
But like she does, like, she is gonna ask I guess basically kind of like broad strokes, like what's his opinions on the the Jedi Order, what's his opinion on the Sith Empire, because it's like she wants to know like this job can't just be for money, because you're making some, it sounds like you're making some serious enemies here doing this.
I believe the Jedi are well-intentioned, but stuck in dogma and fear themselves. I think the Empire is a ticking time bomb for both themselves and everyone else around them. On an individual level, I would much rather sit and have a drink with a Jedi, I suppose. Sith tend to be more rude and don't take jokes as well. Considering their nicknaming conventions, it's kind of odd.
It's the names they apply to themselves certainly leave a lot to be desired.
Like nods. No, I think both have teachings we can learn from, teachings we can learn not to do. Both orders have their faults as well. Not sure how much. I think war has affected everyone for the worse.
Imagine it has. Yeah, Marcy will just
Say, I understand your inquiry line, but see, I don't really care at this point about making powerful enemies. My enemy is the most powerful and greatest of them all. I plan on taking down the Sith Emperor himself one day.
yeah, Marcy will just nod at that. Yeah. Not really sure what I want to do after I get off world here. told Valen, and part of me wants to just find the planet the Jedi took me from and settle in there, but part of me doesn't just want to walk away from all this.
Chapters of our lives we don't properly get closure on can come and haunt us, even years down the line.
I'm also actually not at that, as she'll say, no, you're right, there's one asshole I need to make sure is dead before I try to move on. Can't have him trying to track us down.
You'll nod.
Listen, it's so funny because again, Marcy doesn't know. She's thinking, God, you're worried about the Sith Emperor, dude. That guy sucks compared to the guy I'm scared of.
I'm also. She doesn't know. We're talking about the same. We're talking about the same guy, Marcy.
You also talk with Valen in Arkan mode. But Thexan is
Mira is looking at Fex and she's thinking, "Oh God, this guy will."
Thexan is
She's
still stubborn in his ways, but he seems to be getting along with Valen and Arkan at the very least. Arkan appreciates the more he will sort of embrace Arkan's sort of no-nonsense attitude, and Valen and him seem to get along. Like, he is just very friendly. As well. If there's any other questions for him, or if there's conversations between other people you want to have.
No, not that I can think of. I assume they're doing all right with learning their powers outside the first
Yes.
emotional response.
It's all three of them are slowly regaining their force abilities. You think probably by the time V estimates that the Sith would be back, all of them would have the ability to at the very least use their lightsabers properly and use some very basic force abilities.
I don't have anything I can think of right now.
As well, Marcy, I think Valen will probably bring this up one night, a couple of months, and as she's regaining her force abilities. So, it's weird. It's very weird. How we were worried started this, that I might go back to the old pains. Voices, everything.
Yeah, I take that hasn't happened.
No, it's fine, actually.
Marcy will smile at that. Glad to hear it.
Oh, it's been a few months. What's your opinion on this guy?
Oh, well, he's she'll say, seems all right. secretive about his past, but I mean, listen. To be fair, I'm not exactly opening up to him about everything that happened to me. He's setting his sights pretty high. He wants to kill the Sith Emperor, which, hey, that's I'll count that. That's good in my book. That's good in my book.
It is concerning that they sent people after you all this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. We were acolytes. I mean, some of us had just like become apprentices, but it's 5 years with us not popping up and Val not popping back up. And how would they even know we got dropped off here?
As well, you did say pettiness was a characteristic of their.
Yeah, pettiness is, yes, but I guess the traitor could have told them that a bunch of weird people were. He spotted some strange people. But if he tipped them off, you think they would have been here sooner.
I always got the impression that the guy has. Gotta say, Marcy, he did just specifically tell you, like, yeah, these guys that just left, they will just be killed off planet.
It's more like, no, I mean, like, when she's saying, like, I guess Thrax could have sold
I see.
has information on to get paid, but then you'd expect them to have gotten here sooner.
Yeah. Say, I suppose that's true. It's kind of weird.
Well, I mean, Mossy will just shrug and she'll say, listen, we'll just take some of them alive and they'll answer that question. If not, they'll point us to somebody who can.
He'll nod. As well, you can all gain another adrenaline point for all this training, doing, prepping.
We're gonna fight the Sith warrior, aren't we?
I'll just put like if it's a Sith warrior, Mac, I'll just like tie a rock to above a tree branch. I'll kill him instantly.
Yeah. Some months pass as autumn sort of arrives. As well, V would kind of speak up and be like, does everyone feel more confident?
I feel better. Yeah.
Look, I'm ready.
Now, she looks at he kind of looks at the siblings as Valen will say, well, I can use the force and I don't feel like my brain's screaming at me, 1,000 voices. All kind of nod. Say, well, those will have to wait now. Any day should arrive. As well, there's no conversations you want to have with one another appropriate time. This guy seems to be keenly aware when these.
He has them tracked on the GPS.
Almost like he's a powerful fucking force user.
Oh, is he?
Unlike you two, this Chad got to keep his abilities to see into the future.
This guy has RPG video game protagonist powers. He has a mini map.
Napoleon unfortunately did directly remove your abilities to see the future, because unfortunately, if you saw the future, you just see Valkorian giving his fucking villain monologue.
Yeah. As he's gonna sort of, you see this sort of, you hear them before you see them, kind of up in the sky, 3 ships as they're descending. These ones much more armed. Presumably you would have probably evacuated the village a few hours before, so sent them to hide nearby in the woods. As they're descending, they're about to most likely level the village. You see V just kind of like raise his hands up, as if like pulling down this fucking massive weight. You see that the ships just kind of like smash into one another as they fucking like crash land in several spots near the woods before they're able to fire upon the village itself.
Holy shit.
It's been a while for me too. Shall we go greet our Sith friends?
Just not wasting any time.
As yeah, you're all gonna make your way through the woods. Give me a fight roll. You will engage these fucking disoriented Sith that they just got fucking flung from the sky.
Question, Grunt. Do I have advantage of my free reroll from my Astral Sword Fighter?
Yeah, you do get your free. These are some dog shit rolls. Okay, there we go. Yeah, well, they outnumber you, but given the fact that you have both the element of surprise and well, there's 6 of you instead of 3 of you, as V would also engage, and as you start fighting, these guys don't seem like your average Sith, as you will see. They're pushing back harder than you would have thought. As well, have to give me another fight roll. How will you deal with their counter? Never
based
fucking mind.
on-
Look at that.
Double difficulty, or
No, normal. They're still.
based on
Good.
I would say based on Tula's passive, can she fight more defensively than aggressively? That's all right to say.
You're a little bitch.
Yeah, she is. I don't understand why you seem surprised by that. Is it a fight still a simple fight roll, or is it something else?
Yes, gonna. Holy fuck! Doesn't matter. Irrelevant.
Okay, I'll stay.
Irrelevant. As listen, Tula, you are caught on the back foot again as one of these Sith push back. Again, even the fact that they were just kind of flung from the sky, they're still able to put up a fight. As Miru more than holds her own, but Marcy though is a fucking typhoon on this battlefield, as cutting down the left and right. As one of them was about to strike at you, Tula, you do just see this fucking tree branch fall, crushing him, as you're able to presumably kill him. Your own lightsaber.
Mm.
As Well, after the couple of minutes of this intense battle where Marcy did just completely like dominate people, you're able to sort of sift through the wreckage. As none of you have suffered any major wounds. Unfortunately, Miru, his 3 ships are also destroyed.
This guy hopefully has a plan. This guy clearly came up with a plan. I don't think the plan is to live here.
Jason Clinton, damn, what a shame.
fucking. This is when V reveals like, okay, my plan was actually for the ships to be fine. I kind of overdid it. I rolled too basic on my force roll.
As yeah, we'll say good job, everyone.
Monster's gonna nod.
Still a bit rusted up, not as good as you, Marcy.
Hey. You're alive, no wounds. That's good.
So yeah, they fucking upgraded. Certainly no Darth Wraith if she kicks over one of the fucking corpses.
No, these are the Emperor's Guard.
What the fuck is the Emperor? To pay, the Emperor did contact us even on Zakuul.
Tell me, Miru, how many Emperors do you count?
Well, I know only of 2 people. But depending on the history, if you count only alive, only know 2. Maybe there's some like shitty Emperor who pretends to be a warlord who pretends to be in the Outer Rim, but
We're referring to the Sith here. Why would he like sort of tears off? He says he'll kind of point to the emblem. Why would Sith Honor Guard, the Emperor's personal enforcers, be looking out for you, 6?
well, he did look for us on Zakuul, so he might still be thinking we're affiliated with Valkorion.
Do you think you're that important that the Sith Emperor is sending his own personal honor guards for you?
He looks back at the siblings. Maybe for them.
Or do you think, yes, most likely, the Emperor wants his children back?
The gears turn, the milk spills over.
Listen, Mirror doesn't know.
Not gonna say. Smarty's just gonna like looking at the fact that that these people have Sith Empire things, but he said the Emperor wants his children back. She'll just say, "Are you saying that the Sith Emperor and Valkorion are the same person?"
2 bodies, 1 mind.
All right.
How is everybody reacting, especially from the siblings?
Exxon is just kind of like flabbergasted. Arkan's also confused. Valen is just like they're both kind of like dealing with different levels of disbelief and like confusion.
These guys weren't. I wasn't sure about their orders, but these guys didn't seem like they were going in for a capture.
Kind of like looks at it and says, if they wanted scorched earth, they would have bombed the planet. This is what captures look. I think they can afford to pull their punches in this conflict.
What better way to ensure what better way to ensure success, Mirror, than to bring overwhelming force?
So the first guy's flat, but the milk carton is still being spilled right now in the head. So.
Like, yeah, no, I'm gonna fist fight fucking the Valen. What? No, I'm gonna shoot her with my spaceship.
All right. Well, listen. I'm going to look at it as a positive. That means he needs to. It sounds like he gets. It sounds like he needs to be killed twice. Then, so I'm looking at it a positive.
It was quite the realization for me, but
Wait a minute. I hypothetically, even if we do kill him, what's to stop him from just like jumping into another body? Like,
I
how
don't
does
know.
he make?
I don't know. But as he looks at the three of them, they are not the only children around.
As Mirror actually the connect. Fuck Kira.
Yeah.
The Emperor has many bodies he can jump into.
Dude,
This is why I'm here to train you all to resist that influence.
As the gears connect and Mirror said, oh, wait, no. Is that why he kept us around?
I don't know. Not impossible.
does go into Malcor 5 fuck with his plans at all?
He nods. Getting cut off from the Force prevents him from being able to reach out as well. That's only a temporary measurement. You need to practice something that the Jedi are. Oh, they quite excel at it. That is mental fortitude. Sith training can never help you reach this level. But Jedi training can. And I can teach you not only how to resist the mind control, how to break it, how to shield your mind, how to be able to resist any sort of outside influence. I've been able to do it for a few centuries.
And she fucking also blinks, looks at this human fucking face, and
I was
pretty open.
I was taken prisoner and kept alive. Sorcery and torture. The Emperor forced, as the Emperor fed on the Force through me. All that time, I had to resist his mental control. Just like all of you, I've also been affected. My real name is Revan. I'm here to hopefully help you deal with this problem.
Okay then.
Such, you can try and find a way out. Leave planet, start swinging your blade around as he looks at you, Miru. Or you can stay here, train, and learn how to resist his control. Valen sort of kind of says, "No way, someone can." What's this about? Father being the same as the Sith Emperor? We'll say. Don't you find it a bit suspicious that two immortal emperors, two different places of the galaxy, one hidden, one quite public, both planning for the Republic's downfall, both engaged in weird Sith rituals, powerful in the dark side, able to manipulate people, control them, bend their minds, use the Force to commit atrocities? Texan's like, nah, she kind of shakes his head. Father would never do that.
But I was setting over to Fex. I assume he's not handling the news well.
He's just not believing it. He's like, this is
Copium.
flat out
Okay.
wrong. As Revan sort of nods and says, "You are free to leave what you wish, but for those who do, this won't be an easy or short process." And it sort of says, she kind of looks at Tex and says, "You know, he's right though. All the rituals, anathema. How are you gonna explain that? That was you're been over this, Valen. It was for your own benefit." Arkan just kind of like shakes his head and like starts walking away.
What you knew about these? What you knew about?
He nods. Says, "Of course I knew. I was the one. I visited her, unlike other people." As he like looks at Arkan, that's walking away.
Mossy's just gonna ask. Do you really believe Valen got better after what your father did to her?
Don't have to believe that. She almost killed people. Yes. And I don't think torturing me was the solution. Well, I mean, did I stop killing people after that? So because of your own choices, Valen. Like, is like getting quite angry. Yes.
Yeah, Mossy will just say, instead of training her to control what she could do, he just tortured her, and the things she was suffering from, the things your sister was suffering from, Thexan, didn't come back when she got her abilities back. Between all of that, everything that she was going through constantly, is either something your father put there or your father just didn't care enough to fix.
Revan will speak up. She is extremely powerful in the Force. But the Emperor is not a kind man. He is a paranoid one, though. Paranoid of her. I have a feeling that those were meant to make sure that she would never be able to push back. Stax is just kind of like shaking his like I don't know what to say. I was in his mind centuries. I've seen his thoughts. I've heard echoes of his emotions. There's not an ounce of love there. It's only fear, boredom, anger. Doesn't care about any of you. Doesn't care about the Empire, Sith, the Jedi. He only cares about himself.
Mirror will actually bring up when Waylon went missing. Did you go ask him, or did you just did he send help? Did you just go off on your own?
What do you mean when she went missing?
When we like took her with the at like the fucking the spare pit hole,
Oh,
and Vex went off, yeah.
we'll say he told us to wait, not act rash, and well, I disobeyed him, and look where that got me. If I was more patient, if I was I've ended up here.
Yeah, if you had listened to him, your sister would have still been in pain.
What if now that the four first powers are coming back, what if the pain is also going to come back? What if it's going to be even worse?
We'll have to wait and see.
Unlike your father and unlike you, I'm actually going to be here for her.
He just kind of like shakes his head and like leaves. Revan will say, "It's my offer will still stand."
Nah, I mean, sounds like we're gonna need it.
Although we will have to leave this place now that it's been located. Probably going to be a matter of time until the Emperor arrives with more forces.
Are the people here gonna be all right?
We'll relocate their village. Hopefully they'll be able to start their life.
Here's hoping.
As yeah, he is. I'm not sure if there's any conversations between all of you as you're making your way back.
I think Tula would talk to Marcy for a quick second, mostly, if that's all right. I didn't.
Yeah.
I knew it was her life, their life with their father wasn't good, but I didn't realize it was that level.
Yeah. Aussie will just say it's it's not really my place to talk about it, but yeah, it was From what Valen said, wasn't wasn't good for her.
I have a feeling it wasn't good for either of them in different ways, but still. Will she
Yeah,
be
well.
all right?
Negative things haven't come back yet, and if they do, well, let's not file that under. It's a problem that we'll have to tackle when it happens. I feel like we got enough on our plate without imagining other scenarios.
True. At the very least, seems that hopefully she'll find safety in you. I'm a bit wary about what's to come, but you're right. No use adding more to our plate.
Also, will say, now listen. Once she gets the full grasp on her force powers again, she's not going to need me for protection, but I'll still be here for her.
I think it's more the mental thing, at the very least. It seems there's a lot there that they're going through. And I don't think one conversation is going to make it all better, but you don't need me to say that.
Nah. It's not. I might have been too harsh with X in there, but I don't know. I don't exactly have patience for brothers justifying bullshit right now.
Understandable. Well, I guess it's time to prepare for what comes next. Let me know if you need any help hacking.
Yeah, it's same to you.
She nods and makes her way.
Miro, if you chase after Thexan, what is it?
Want to check up on you and ask. Well, they're probably not doing good, I'd say.
Unlike everyone, I don't just trust the first random stranger claiming to know things.
Because you're still on your. So will you leave once the ship arrives?
What ship?
Once the
You still believe that this Sith Emperor and my father are the same person? It's nonsense. I look what the Sith have built and I look what my father has built, and they're two vastly different things.
what if the Sith Empire is just a tool, a temporary thing to just
Do what? The Eternal Empire has enough firepower to take on both the Republic and the Sith at the same time and still win. What would this broken attempt at a military achieve? The Knights of Zakuul are better trained than most Sith I've heard of. For what?
You always have the Eternal Fleet, but regardless of that, do you still want to leave Valen behind and run off back to your father?
I won't force my sister to come if she wants to, but I will turn back to father, yes.
Do you want? What's the plan after that?
talk to him. Try and understand.
Assuming he doesn't mind wipe you. Assuming the talk goes well, he accepts you back as a general. What's the plan after that? Because I don't think Valen will go back.
No, I haven't gotten to that point. Depend on the answers I get.
Regardless of everything he said, he tortured his own daughter. What if he mind traps you, and even if you don't want to force her
I
to go back?
already knew that, Miru, and he
What
did
if
it
he
for.
forces you to force her to go back?
He could do that already. What? Why would he need me? There's plenty of other powerful knights.
I don't know if maybe he needs you as a vessel because of your family. The force
again, the
that
vessel thing. I don't trust what this Revan of yours says. Of course, you would do. Validates everything you claim. No proof. Nothing but empty words.
All right then. What if Valen gets better in the time and she doesn't return to her old ways? What about then? In that case, what?
We'll have that conversation when that happens.
Will you please stick around for that?
No. Not gonna gallivant across with some stranger. Claims he wants to kill my father.
At this point, the Mercedes at her wit's end, she doesn't know what to do at this. All right. I see you've made your choices.
I explained to you why this will never. I will
Thanks
not
for the
betray my father for stranger's word.
Not even for your own sister?
No. She can make her own choices. Live with those consequences. Cannot force good onto others.
Excuse me? What do you think the mind control is all about?
I
Wasn't that
don't
literally
know, Miru. We've been through this again. This is a circular discussion. I will ask and he will answer.
If you want
It's
to put the
not
trust in
all
the man.
about. See, unlike you, who only think about yourselves, there's an entire planet filled with billions of lives that depend on my actions. So, unlike you, I don't think about myself. I think about them first and foremost. I put them, the needs of the many, above the needs of the few. And you can be a spoiled child and gallivant and care about yourself. It's fine. I am not that. Somebody needs to make the hard decisions, and somebody needs to deal with the responsibility of it all.
As yet. Well, then I suppose goodbyes are in order.
He'll nod.
Asmir will just walk off.
returning back to the village, you will, as you will see this sort of spaceship in the distance, sort of. It's a much bigger one this time. Approaching this. Arkand. Well, I don't know. You gonna talk to him?
Yeah, mostly just to see, because it was a big blow up between the siblings. I think this is the first time she's seen them ever like outwardly fight.
Arkand's just gonna
I
say,
assume.
"Well, checking in on me now."
I guess so. That didn't seem like an old wound right there.
I never agreed with Father on Valen. Never agreed with him on many things. Texan always believed, and that was enough for me.
And is it still enough now?
Your Revan claims, he makes some bold claims, but Texan does have a point. There is no other than taking him at his word.
True. But you're out here now, in the place where, if you want, you both could find that proof to know for sure, and the safety of where your sister seems to be doing better. Understand, and without influence for anyone else, to make your own decisions.
I
You
suppose
have a chance
it's-
to. Oh, go ahead.
You see that Valen has all of you. My brother has no one. He goes back, he'll be alone. That for him.
And even if they're, whether he's a Sith Emperor or not, do you think your father will kind of just take you back without any consequences to this?
Probably not.
And you'll still go walk in, even though it may mean something far worse for everything for you.
You want
Both
me
of you.
to tie down Texan and carry him around like a bag of bricks?
I mean, it would be funny. I mean, this is an opportunity here for Dexton, for all of you, to see a life outside your father's influence, outside his empire, to actually understand what you're fighting for, to know fully if this is a decision that you want to make, or is this something that was thrust upon you.
You could give me a speech roll.
Gotcha.
An adrenaline for that.
I shall have 3. Oop. I also have another thing. Okay, oh, add a +1. Jesus Christ, I have hit the wrong button.
Roll additional dice. Roll
Yeah, I roll 1d6.
Gotcha. Make sure I did that right. Oh, damn it.
No. Almost.
I never do this right. Just /R1d6,
/R,
right?
but don't put space between slash and R.
Okay.
That's actually
And then
enough.
I also get a free reroll if I need to as well.
No, because you already have 2 5s.
I gotcha.
Same. I think I know something that might convince Texan. Stay. God, but if this is a trap.
At the very least, I think if this is, will help you get out if that's the way. But take it from someone else. It should be your choice. No one should take that away from you.
Yeah. See him kind of walk as you're all gathering around the houses. You see Thaxton is arriving as Arkan sort of stands in his way. I don't think Miru just walked off. You're not here.
No, Mira's busy crying somewhere else, quieter.
With
Clearing stuff up.
Marcy and as you came back with Valen, you be around packing, presumably.
Yeah.
You kind of hear this from the outside. Lexon kind of shouts at his brother to get out of his way. Arkan says, "Seem to be forgetting one thing in your rush to placate Dad and get your answers. No, there's someone else that can give us answers. A third party." Lexon says, "Don't you dare. Well, someone needs to get through that thick skull of yours. And I'm sure the Empire is running fine without you. I don't think it will collapse in a few more years." "What are you suggesting?" "Quite simple. I'm suggesting we track down and find Mother." It's like you do see fucking Texan's like face just kind of like melt a bit. It's his expression dull. "If anyone can shed light on Father's reasoning for Valen, she's the only one that ever managed to get through to him." You know for a fact she's nowhere near in the unknown regions. If she's hiding anywhere, she's hiding in this part of the galaxy. Like takes a deep breath. That does seem to get to him. Arkan will say, "Do you think it's at least worth the chance? What this guy is telling us, so many more things would make sense." "Fine. Fucking fine. But the moment I think this, if I smell anything rotten about this plan, about this Revan guy, I'm out. You're not gonna try and stop me." As Arkan would nod at that, sort of step out of the way as Texan would go huffing and puffing to pack his bags as well.
Didn't realize you had a mother, sorry.
Arkan looks at him and says, "Think we popped out of the ground?"
It would not be the strangest thing I would have heard, honestly.
Yeah, the mom and... Well... She left when Waylon was young. After the whole... Well... therapy incident.
An empress. I don't think... I assume no one's ever talked about who was ever the mother of that, or any empress.
There's no empress, she's a consort.
So sorry, I apologize. Well, at the very least, it seems no one's ever brought her up, or... Does she, like, there's no... I want to make sure before I say there's no record of her that it would necessarily exist, right?
Not
Or is
really.
it,
Nothing that
what-
you would have been able to read.
Okay. That's not a common thing. As in, I've never heard anyone talk about her at all.
It's a
It's
sore
definitely not in the history
subject.
book.
He went in to break Valen out of Nathema. But Valen at the end decided to stay, believing in Father's treatments. The mother left after that, disappearing. It's been well, about a decade or so, more than that. Almost a decade and a half.
She nods. Well, Guess we have to keep an eye out for her then.
I always assumed she would have left the reach of the... Should have gone somewhere beyond the reach of the Eternal Empire. The problem is, Valen was treated on Anathema. This happened. Anathema as a planet has no coordinates that I'm aware of. I've looked. It's nowhere near Zakuul. So, find the location of Anathema and we find the area of space we need to search for her. Pick up a trail. Almost 2-decade trail, but something.
Yeah, she nods at that.
On and you'll presumably all get ready as
Yeah, question. If I could overhear that, could Val also overhear that? How's she taking that?
Valen looking a bit befuddled, I'll say. I suppose I do owe her an apology. Tried to help me back then, and I blamed her for everything.
Marcy was not. Well, I'm sure she'll be happy that. I'm sure she'll be happy that you got out, even if it was much later.
I'll nod. Now, Arkham can be surprisingly insightful. I would have never thought to use Mother to manipulate Texan.
Maybe he's not looking to manipulate him. Maybe he actually just wants to fucking talk sense into him.
She kind of chuckles. So, she like takes a deep breath and says, "Well, shall we get to packing?"
Yep. Let's keep going.
Yeah, eventually as you're done packing, you a spaceship and as it lands nearby as a very familiar looking individual as Thar, his crew, walk towards you. Everyone kind of gives him a nod and Thar's like, "Ah, you know, I always like returning customers." Revan kind of gestures for him, says, "I suppose you've met then already?"
Yeah. We have. Came by last harvesting season.
Well, makes sense, I suppose. He is one that's gonna fly us out of here. They're pirates. Tar says, you know what? I feel that that's me. Raven just kind of gestures for all you to get on the ship.
Yeah, I remember ignore Sky. Listen, it's nice to see that her conclusions were correct about the fucking this being a fucking smuggler scamming locals
Well,
for food.
there's no demand of credits. There's no negotiation. Seems almost
Yeah.
like this is arranged.
A pledge? Yeah,
Yeah,
prearranged
this is
everything. How
everything.
nice.
This isn't planned. This is in fact. Yeah, this is all part of the bid. Yeah. Consider me
He
the shopping
doesn't,
tour.
he
Maybe
doesn't, he doesn't ask for the credits. As you go onto the ship as you'll take your leave. Revan is gonna discuss with him. They seem to be planning on helping people relocate this entire fucking village. The Star's like, you know how many, you know, this is why I like you, Mr. V. You know, you and the shadows are like one of my best customers. Probably it's gonna cost you, give or take 30,000 creds. Probably a bit more, depending on how much it costs us to help these people rebuild. You're lucky I do like them, because they've been good, giving me good food for about 2 years now. So Revan nods and says, "Well, shadows are nothing if not generous to those that can do the job properly." Still not him. Shake hands, and there'll be a bunch of people here helping some of his crew will stay behind. We'll get. How did I outright lie to you? I told you he's not a fucking bounty hunter.
I think I mentioned before, like the pirate and smuggler bit, and you said like, I was Galaxy. So, well, I suppose I was. I'm not sure if he's a regular customer, but
Okay, yeah, never mind.
we can talk about it later. We can talk about it later. Not now.
As yeah, sort of get onto the ship, and sure, yeah, they'll kind of give you some very tiny fucking quarters to bunk in. Texan is fucking huffing and puffing. I'm not sure if
Actually, she's kind of like her plan was not to speak to Faxon, but she's kind of confused right now. She'll ask someone else for now.
well, I'll leave this to Club.
Yeah. A bit away, so I assume Vixen is his huffing and puffing is very well known.
Yeah.
So she'll want to say this so he doesn't get too upset. Yes. Apparently, Arkin was able to come to a understanding with Vixen. He's gonna stay with us to find their mother, to hopefully find an understanding about their father, and actually figure out hopefully some truths without some influence from others.
Not surprised he didn't detract her from the utilitarian calculus.
I think it's more in the fact maybe he wants to find her too. I can only assume. But he isn't really the happiest about it. But he's still here.
I see that the police maternal love apparently got through his thick fucking skull.
I don't know what I can't understand fully what all three of them are going through right now. I have a couple ideas, at least a somewhat vague shadow of the feeling. But if you really, really want to be there for Thexan, as you seem to want to, then it's going to take a lot of patience I don't think I would have.
As mad as I am right now, I'm so happy that he's here. And, I'll try my best.
It's up to you, Maru. If you want to be with Thexan and you want to try to convince him, then you have to understand it's going to be a lot more than just a couple of quiet pleads. It's going to take a lot. For someone to dismantle the whole worldview.
He meant to bear for my skull on Zakuul, so maybe it's my turn. Maybe I think subtleties for loot. Maybe I should take a few notes from Arkin and maybe just use just hammer him from time to time.
At the very least, you can probably ask Arkin some advice. It seems he's the one who knows how to handle his siblings the best, or at least when it comes to Thexan. Don't
Hopefully.
give up, Maru. That's what you want.
I really thought I was going to be it back there. Now that he's here, I'll keep trying. Luckily, I can be as stubborn as him. Maybe if he still tries to run away, maybe I would just tie him together. I don't think he's as good at fighting yet. I don't think he recovered his full strength yet.
Take it from me. You can't really force someone to change their mind or their feelings. It's gonna take subtle work. But the force be with you on that one.
As I said before, the force can go fuck itself, and Arkin wasn't subtle.
Arkin knows his brother. That comes with experience. Like I said, the force doesn't really choose sides in this whole thing. There's no such thing as black and white, even though everyone likes to pretend there is. You're both hurting. Everyone is, I think. So come up with that. You both have wounds that need healing. So maybe be careful one another.
I tried to be careful. I think it didn't work, so it was like an experiment around with different approaches.
Like I said, Arkin may be the one you wanted to talk to. He seems he has a knack for these things.
For now, I'll let him have him puff a bit. For now, I think I'll talk to him tomorrow.
You could. Don't let him stew too much. I feel like he'll blow his lid, preferably or so, soon if we're not careful. But I'll leave you to it. We're back into tiny spaces now, so this is gonna be just as awkward as it was in the barn.
No more avoiding each other. No more avoiding each other. Just reminds me of the Phantom tour we had.
Speaking of, Revan kind of wants to pull you to the side a bit. This ship is a bit bigger than the Phantom. They just that they gave you a small crew. 4 people on it as well. But yeah, no, Revan pulls you to the side, away from everyone else too, and says, "Well, I will have a request for you. This is gonna be a long, well, it's not gonna be a long trip, I suppose. More or less a week or so. I'm gonna need you to fill me in on the details about this Luke, because I know very little. Things he does with the things he says not necessarily match."
You're gonna be just as lost as I am. I haven't been told much. I don't know what else I could really fill you in on that we're all on the same page.
He carries himself like the Sith, yet fights like a smuggler, and, well, coordinates people, works with people. I want to understand him a bit more. It was him that suggested, well, when me and him initially talked, he and a couple of his other co-conspirators have apparently figured out the fact that the Sith Emperor and this Immortal Emperor might just be the same person.
Grunt, I would like to roll a detect to see if he's just like, I want to understand this guy, or is it just like, I'm trying to do something nefarious here? Damn.
Yeah, no, he genuinely, Revan's very fucking confused, like, This guy was like, he's like saying like I'm just gonna kill things and ruthless, and now he pays like 30,000 credits to like relocate the village. The fuck? He will actually mention, he's the one funding this relocation effort. He's the one that has them keep calling them pirates for now on the payroll.
Oh, sounds about right. But I'll tell you right now, we aren't on the best of terms. So, whatever knowledge I have is based on the few. How long were we with each other? Like a few weeks, few months, actually, time
I
wise.
think like almost 3 months.
At the very least, 3 months. You might be better off talking to the others. They spent more time with him than I did, and tried to, get answers from him at the very least.
What others? What?
Maru. She's talking about Maru and Marcy, the other two who were with us, who talked with
Spent
him.
the same amount of time in the same amount
No.
of place. What?
She's saying they actually went out their way to engage with him to get to like talk to him and things like that. In comparison to Tula.
The implication that Tula didn't talk with him and he hated him.
Yes.
I'll say, well, Miru she is not a stable person. Literally fell apart the moment Texan threw a tantrum. And Marcy, I believe their last confrontation was quite violent, I was told.
Yeah.
But you already know about my association and didn't lose your mind on it. I would much rather keep the circle small for now.
Very well. I'll let you know what I know. Hopefully, it will help give you the answers you seem to seek.
Listen, just telling him like background details be enough, because he literally was like fucking. You will learn that he was literally freed from his prison by Luke and a bunch of fucking Sith, and they just kind of slapped him on the ass and was like, "Yeah, you're gonna go teach these people how to like fight the Emperor's influence." Why? Because these two emperors are like mind blasted him for like an hour and then just kind of like set him loose. Like Luke wasn't very communicative with Revan. Luke was like, "I don't need to know. Just go do this."
Yeah, listen, Tula be like, yeah, that's normal. That's what he does. Yeah, honestly.
And Revan's like confused as to like why the fuck are the Sith? Why is this Sith man so fucking concerned with the lives of so many people?
He's coping and seething, Revan.
Because there's no, everyone's like, I don't find the tactical benefit to like save people.
There is none, Revan.
So yeah, that's mostly where some of the discussions would go, as you will sort of start your journey to your new place where you can hide and hunker down until you train enough to resist the mind fuckery. As well, the question is, are you gonna have any conversations on the ship you want to talk about, or
She will not let her factions stew forever. If that's a bad idea.
yeah, he is not in the talking mood, but there's any conversations you want to have with him. Like he basically is not like the only reason he agreed to come here is because he's like you know what, fine mother, we'll figure out this fucking anathema shit and she'll give at least some information and see.
She's still thinking, what the fuck does she even say to this man? Like, she doesn't even know what to prod him with. I don't think saying like "I told you so" like is a brilliant strategy right now. It's
Told him so on what though?
nothing. Yeah.
Save the "I told you so's" for another session.
Or not a session, perhaps. Yeah. Or for never.
As they can make a couple small talk. It's not gonna be a long trip of a week of hyperspace travel.
And it's just she wants to be as supportive as possible. Just basically like a.
Yeah, he's not really in the mood to chat with anyone or make any
Fair enough.
form of small talk right now.
She'll let him. In the case of doing it, I suppose, for now.
As you will sort of as you exit hyperspace, and everyone will inform you, you will be going to an old Jedi outpost. Different time. Here we'll be able to
Real quick, Mossy will actually just say kind of does someone also have a fucking pit of despair?
a what?
A nexus of dark side energy that amplifies your worst fears.
No. This is merely a outpost they had a while ago to safeguard certain holocrons they had stored centuries ago. Mostly a ruin now, but should serve our purposes just fine. As you'll land on this sort of like arid world, as the ruins of this Jedi temple. Revan's gonna exchange some words with the pirates, as they'll give you a bunch of supplies that should last you for a bit. Say, well, see you in a year or so with the next delivery. Hope have fun here, kids.
Wave off, Mr. Tar.
Marcy will, wave him off, and she'll say, "Can you bring alcohol with the next delivery?"
Ah, you assume I didn't leave you some anyways.
Thanks.
Chuckles and nods. Hey, listen, just because you train at the Jedi place doesn't mean you're all monks.
Luckily, none of us are Jedi, I believe.
Yeah.
Thankfully for me. He's gonna take his people and leave, as you'll have to settle in, find rooms for yourself. This place is big and empty.
Listen, I like him. I'm sorry that Mac ruthlessly fucking typecasted you.
I typecast him correctly, goddammit, initially, fucking pirate smuggler.
So fucking fine. As
They call them. They prefer the term corsair, privateer, Mac.
the funniest shit. That's fine. As yeah, you'll settle in, and well, tomorrow is a new day, new problems. As this is where we'll end off the session.